If you want to hack the pretty privilege system, you need to understand that it's not just about making people see you differently. It's about getting them to think about you differently. Hi ladies, welcome back to the Feminine Universe. I am so happy to have you here. If we're being honest, we all want a little privilege. It's nice to be able to get a table on a busy night without a reservation, or freebies and discounts you didn't even ask for. It's also nice to get extensions on deadlines, or just a little extra grace when you make a mistake. Though most of us can eventually admit we'd prefer these little perks and privileges in life, most people don't know how to get it. And that's because most people don't understand how privilege works. So they end up resenting it instead of learning how to make it work for them. Take pretty privilege, for example. The way a lot of people think it works is that if someone is good looking, they get special treatment. And on a basic level, that's not wrong, but it happens so fast and so subconsciously that we don't always notice the full process. But if we go just a little beyond the basics, here's what actually happens. Someone is good looking, others take notice and classify them as having some kind of standout quality. They then make positive assumptions about them. Then they get special treatment. You see, many people think you either have pretty privilege or you don't. But I've learned that pretty privilege isn't just about beauty. It's actually a system built on three things: attention, assumptions, and treatment. You get noticed, people make assumptions about you, and those assumptions determine how they treat you. A lot of people focus on the special treatment part without fully grasping the attention and assumptions part. So in this video, I am going to break down how the pretty privilege system actually works and 3 ways you can hack it in your favor without surgery or anything extreme, because your pretty privilege is usually closer than you think. Let's get started. Strategy number 1 is to actually understand the system. Before you can hack the system, you have to understand it. And once you understand it, you stop taking it personally and start approaching it more strategically, because we all do it. Every stranger or situation has their own limited resources, whether it's their time, money, effort, or treatment. A store can only give out so many samples or discounts before it starts to affect business. A person can only spend so much in a night sending free drinks to people. So the question is, when you don't have the benefit of connection, how do people decide who to spend their limited resources on? Well, the human brain relies on something called heuristics. A heuristic is basically just a mental shortcut. Because we don't realistically have the time or energy to deeply engage with or analyze every single person we see in a day, the brain constantly makes fast judgments about danger, familiarity, or value based on the limited information we are taking in at that moment. A lot of people never really stand out enough to be truly noticed by others. Other people very clearly display traits or signals that are seen as valuable to the individual or to society in general, and pretty privilege is one of the clearest examples of this. People don't just see an attractive person and stop there. They notice them for looking good and then very quickly make assumptions. They assume health, confidence, competence, status, social skills, desirability, which is basically what we've come to know as the halo effect, where one positive trait influences how we view and interpret everything else about a person. People basically assume fine on the outside must mean fine on the inside. It's kind of like how people choose fruit at a store. They tend to pick what looks best on the outside. People just use the outside appearance as a shortcut for quality on the inside. And that's the key distinction that I want you to understand. People aren't just reacting to how you look, they're reacting to what they assume it means. And once you understand that, you realize that hacking the pretty privilege system is not just about making people see you differently, it's about getting them to think about you differently. And one of the best ways to influence how people think about you is strategy number 2, which is to exhibit PGB. PGB is pretty girl behavior. This is a concept that I've developed and a little term that I coined from years of observing social dynamics and working with various women. And the conclusion I've come to is when you exhibit pretty girl behavior, you can get pretty girl treatment. You see, people can tell a lot about you by the way you behave, and that behavior shapes how they perceive you. Some people grow up receiving consistent positive social feedback from the world, like being included, being approached, being complimented and welcomed. And others are treated like a nuisance, like they're invisible, or like they're a last resort. And even though it isn't right, people tend to treat you how others do. They think, well, if everyone else rejected you, there must be a reason. But they also think if everyone else admires you or finds you attractive or appealing, there must be a reason. And even if they haven't been there to witness it, your behavior gives them clues. And when your behavior is in line with the way attractive, admired people tend to behave, their brain will fill in the gaps about you. Regardless of what they think at that moment, they will have to adjust and update it on the spot because the signals their brain is receiving say that this person is used to being valued, so maybe I should do the same because maybe there's something I don't know. So now, what does pretty girl behavior look like? It can be your posture and presence when you walk into a room, the eye contact that you make, which is warm and connected, not avoidant, but not eager and pleading either. How relaxed you seem on the surface, how easily you laugh or smile, how comfortable you are taking up space, getting attention, or asking for adjustments. But first things first, pretty girl behavior starts with removing the behaviors that shrink you in social interactions, the behaviors that signal to others, I'm used to not being valued. I can say so much more about this than I can fit into this section. So if you want a deeper breakdown of my pretty girl behavior research and framework, write pretty girl behavior in the comments and I can make a full video on that. But for now, let's move into strategy number 3. Realize fitness is elite. If you want to hack the pretty privilege system, you must understand that fitness makes you elite. Look, life is stressful. People are busy. Everything is expensive and everyone is tired. So no one can hold it against you for being too tired or too busy to work out, or for sometimes choosing the convenient meals over the balanced ones. And because most people live normal, average, busy lives, they tend to have normal, average bodies. And there's nothing wrong with that. But once you put in the work to transcend that norm, you automatically put yourself on a different playing field. You stand out from that average baseline. And once you stand out, the system activates again. People start making those assumptions. They're not just taking in toned arms or abs. They are perceiving health, discipline, consistency, self-respect, focus, self-control. Now, is that always accurate? Of course not. You can be slim or toned or muscular and still have health issues or have major personality flaws. But the brain isn't trying to be accurate in that moment. It's trying to be fast. We can always update later, but in the moment, it's about heuristics, remember? So on the surface, in social interactions, a fit body is more than enough evidence for the brain to use as a shortcut to attribute all those other positive traits to you. I have a fitness video available and a few more on the way. Remember that fitness is not one number or size. Fitness is the version of your body that signals, I am not consistently taking in more fuel than my body can burn. I am eating decently more often than not. and I am moving my body more days of the week than I'm not. And of course, once you're doing all that, you'll actually feel better in your body, which is why I never want to shy away from talking about mental, emotional, or physical well-being, because it's all connected. And the final way to hack the pretty privilege system is proper packaging, or being intentional about the way you present to yourself. And while I have several videos on how to look your absolute best, it wouldn't be realistic to just make this video telling you to just exhibit pretty girl behavior and do strength training 3 times a week, but not say anything about taking care of your presentation overall. Because none of the other strategies matter when it comes to hacking if your presentation is inconsistent with the other signals you're sending. You want to do everything in your power when it comes to maintaining your physical appearance, taking care of your hair, good skincare, groomed eyebrows, don't sleep on the brows, keeping your nails maintained, naturally or otherwise, dressing in and adopting styles that flatter you, not styles that are popular, not styles that your friend or favorite celebrity who looks nothing like you is pulling off. Things that actually flatter you as an individual. And I call this maxing out your pretty privilege. Because leaning into trends and styles that don't flatter you can actually take you backwards and leave you worse off than where you started. So every time I want to make my point about how much packaging matters, I love to use this side by side of the stunning Sofia Vergara, because this is a perfect example of same person, different packaging, and each version would get completely different treatment moving through the world. Most people do not need to take any extreme measures to get pretty privilege. They just need to put in more effort. Most people are just trying to keep their head above water and get through the day like we've established. So putting extra care into their presentation doesn't always feel like an option. So when your self-care and presentation is more intentional or polished than the norm, you stand out naturally. That slight elevation is something people will notice. And then the assumptions come. She makes time for herself. She has high self-esteem. She values herself. Maybe I should value her too. Again, you see the cycle. Attention, assumptions, treatment. You don't have to be extreme, just thoughtful and intentional. Overall, pretty privilege doesn't need to be the most important thing in your life. In fact, it shouldn't be. But it is also very human to want to be seen, to be noticed, to be treated well, and to get a few perks here and there. I wanted to show you that it's actually just this system, carrying yourself in a way that stands out and gets the world's attention, having positive assumptions made about you because of it, and receiving the treatment that comes with those positive assumptions. And once you understand that, you can interact with the pretty privilege system more intentionally instead of feeling like you have no control over it. When your behavior, your presentation, and your overall aura all point in the same direction, people register you differently. And when they register you differently, they treat you differently. And that's when you know the system has been fully hacked. Until next time, ladies, stay feminine, stay focused, and have fun.